Hi guys, Ian here, thanks for tuning in. Today I want to talk about an important movement in our backswings in regard to how our shoulders should coil to give us a more consistent and more powerful position during our backswing. And as ever, if you like the content that I'm providing, then please take a moment to hit the subscribe button. It's completely free to do so, and that'll be really appreciated. So the movement in the backswing regarding the shoulders can be very easily misinterpreted. I've been there myself where we get very bogged down with rotation. Rotation is something that is definitely required in our golf swings, but we can mislead ourselves very easily. For instance, for quite a long time I was working on my swing, working on rotation in my backswing, and I got to the point where I almost thought, well, how do you rotate? That's how golf gets us. We're looking for some little bit of magic here and there, and the word rotation sort of makes us just think this way. And yes, that's a rotary motion with my upper half, and that's a correct natural movement if I'm stood up straight. Now when we take our position down here at the ball, that movement is actually a fallacy. And I've been there where I've been trying to get this rotation and really turn, and what actually happens is it actually causes us to lift up in the backswing. So if I'm here making a good setup, working on getting good rotation with my shoulders, I actually feel uncomfortable here. I can only just see the ball past my left shoulder, so it's almost obscuring my view. Whereas if I was to look more out that way, that's actually where that swing wants to return to. So I'm doing something wrong in my backswing. Hopefully by using me as a guinea pig here, it may resonate with your game, something maybe you're working on, or maybe you're not working on it, but this is something that you can add to your game. So let's look at it slightly differently. Got my setup. Well, if it's not this movement when I'm addressing the ball, then surely it can only be this movement. And that is correct. That movement is actually bang on. When I was looking at the ball practicing rotation, it really isn't the right thing to be doing. Yes, we need to turn, but we need to turn around our spine, head, neck and spinal angle. And the feeling is quite odd for me. It's a feeling that almost my left shoulder is going to go down to the ball. And not only that, it's a feeling that goes against the logic that if I go down this way, surely I'm going to be putting too much weight on my lead foot. I want my weight transferred into my trail leg and my trail foot so I can then move across and get my weight actually into the shot. So it sort of doesn't make it doesn't appear logical in my mind. However, as you may well know, golf is normally the opposite to what you think. The problem is normally the opposite most of the time. Probably 19 times out of 20, it will be the other way round. So here, if I exaggerate it, and I'm going to go back now feeling like I'm not turning, I'm actually sort of going on this angle. And if I exaggerate it enough, you'll see my head's gone this way, which is incorrect, but I'm just exaggerating this. And it feels like I've pushed down into my lead leg and my lead foot. But what's actually happened is it's actually shifted my weight across onto my trail leg, which just doesn't seem like that should happen. But what happens as you do this, we come under, and this lowers our lead hip, keeps the trail hip at the same height, but now I've got an angle to actually feel like I can almost allow those legs just to drive from that position. And it's an automatic feeling. You get into the correct backswing position and it's almost like, yeah, I feel like I'm really ready now to go, and it's going to happen a little bit more automatically. Remember, the time from the top of your backswing to the ball is probably half a second or thereabouts, so not a long time for you to actually be thinking and salvaging any kind of shot. So this is a key movement that I really want you to try to grasp this if you can. Hopefully I'm explaining it clearly for you, but it's not this movement. Because we're thinking rotation, we can get bogged down with it, as I have done in the past. We think rotation, 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 and as you can see, it's pulling my left shoulder up into my chin, and my left shoulder should ride underneath my head, underneath my chin, and my right side, or trail side, should be going up and behind my head. But we want that to happen in a natural way. So I want you to practice and feel very much like you're almost in this type of position. Now, yes, that's incorrect, but that's more the feeling as we go back. And I actually feel the weight's been shifted across, very ironically, because it doesn't sort of bode well with my logic in my head that if I'm going down on my lead foot, lead leg there, that the weight's going to shift across. Feels like I'm going to still stay here, but you'll see I don't. It shifts across, and my left shoulder is really underneath me, and that's a key position when we swing back. We certainly don't want this where the sort of doesn't look too bad, and to be fair, it isn't too bad if I want to hit the ball there on a high tee peg. But if I don't know that I've done that, I've then got to do something else to try to fudge that shot, try to salvage something. Leg action probably will be poor, and then I blame the legs and think I've got to work on the leg action, where in fact the legs were only responding to the poor position I'd made in my backswing. So not here, here. You'll also notice that the club face, as I do this, is pointing down. And if you look at pretty much all the top players, their club face points in the same position. It doesn't point out in front of you. It should follow the coil of your shoulders, which is here. And if I stand up, you'll see that that's correct. So here, keep the club pointing at the ground, or at the ball if you like. As I look from here, it looks like it's still looking at the ball. But now don't lift to get the club up. We continue the coil. We continue the feeling that my lead side, my left side being a right-handed player, is going down, but the right side is going up. So they counteract one another. So we get a circular motion. So not this one. Really feel like, well, where do I go now? This continues down, 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 and you'll see my hands and arms have coiled upwards around me. So you actually get a higher hand position at the top of your backswing automatically. That's a more powerful position, and for me, more power means I must be swinging better, because to hit it further you must technically be swinging the club better to achieve that. So go and try this. I'm 100% sure it will help you. Leave me a comment, go practice, let me know how you're getting on. I always reply to the comments, and as ever, like, subscribe, share and all that stuff. And until next time, thanks very much for watching.